So what is up, and I'm Randy, and welcome to a Magistus deck profile. Now, this came out in Genesis Impact. It's a cool spellcaster-oriented deck. It's cool by itself. It's okay, but, you know, this is more or less an engine in most decks now that most decks are just using it because a lot of spellcaster decks take advantage of the Magistus, but this is a pure-ish type build. I mean, I try to make Magistus as competitive as possible, but I say we'll see what I did when we get there. But of course, to start out the deck, we are running, of course, 3 of the Magistus Veer. This is pretty much your main like starter card and like one go-to card. Let me zoom in here for just a little bit. This is basically insane. It's your searcher for the deck. Basically, when she is summoned, you can add a Magistus spell and trap to the deck. Then also, you can activate this as well. Return one of your banished level 4 or lower spellcaster monsters to your graveyard. So then you can, and you also can banish her from the graveyard, and then target one of your Magistus monsters you control, equip it with one Magistus monster from your graveyard, except a level 4 monster. So, see, if you don't know what a Magistus' gimmick is, it's equipping monsters from the extra deck or the graveyard to themselves to give them effects. And it's pretty interesting to say the least, but it's nowhere competitive, but it's still an interesting concept, and Magistus really is just a unique deck in its overall sense. But that is it for, let's say, Veer. Now, of course, we have the other one that is basically a must-have is 3 Zoroa, Magistus Aflame. Now, let's see, you can target one Magistus monster you control, equip it with one Magistus monster from your extra deck. So it equips from the extra deck, which is insane, because as you'll see when we get there, the cards can give effects. Now, if this card becomes equipped with a Magistus monster card, you can special summon one level 4 spellcaster monster from your hand or graveyard in defense. So he allows you to extend and, say, go for further play. So he's just an overall good extender for the deck. I mean, there's no complaints there about him. Now we're going to get to the other Magistus monsters. Crowley is very crucial in this deck, actually, believe it or not, as you'll see. You can send one spellcaster monster from your hand or face him in the field of the graveyard, special summon him, so he can summon right out. Also, you can declare one attribute, and he becomes that attribute until end of the turn, so pretty good there. And then you can banish this card from your graveyard, target one Magistus monster you control, equip it with one Magistus monster from your graveyard, except for level 4 monsters, so allows you to basically to re-equip. So he's definitely good for a combo that we'll see here with this guy shortly. 3 Endymion, the Magistus of Mastery. Now, he is a water, and he's a level 4. Crowley can change attributes. Bahamut Shark, people. But he's pretty cool. I mean, he's not the best by far, but he's still interesting. You can target one Magistus monster you control, equip it with the Magistus monster from extra deck, so he's an instant equip right from the extra deck. Then you can target one face-up spell you control, destroy it, and then you can draw a card, and then place one card from your hand on the bottom of your deck. So he kind of helps fix dead hands, kind of cycle through what you need. So he's pretty cool in that regard. And also, if you do, he does have the Endymion name in him, so he's good for that strategy as well, if you want to use, say, Spell of Mastery or whatever it is that searches him out. But here's the engine that we are running with the Magistus. I mean, of course, Crowley turns into Alistair, so might as well make it the Invoked build. All the Magistus are different attributes. We have light, fire, dark, and water, and plus Crowley can change attributes of any spellcaster, so helps feed into the Alistair ability really well, so it's nuts. And plus Invocation is still an insane card, and this engine is still really good. Down for just extenders, just our extender, we have one Trick Clown as spellcaster. Why not? I mean, it's a free send if you get them. And then also our hand trap. I mean, you can change it out for any hand trap, but I decided to throw Droll and Lock in. Well, see, a lot of decks are searching these days. Droll and Lock is a spellcaster, so it has some synergy with the deck. So, well, of course, you can just take this out for anything. Like, it's just, I decided just to throw Droll and Lock and test out how Droll and Lock rolled with the Magistus, which it actually does pretty good. Of course, as Droll and Lockbird. Now we have our spells. The only 3 of, say, Magistus is Tris Magistus. Each time the Magistus monster equipped with an equip card would be destroyed by battle, each turn, it's not. So it protects our monsters once per turn from battle. So you got that going for us here with it. Then, during your main phase, you can special summon one level 4 spellcaster monster from your hand. So it's a Call of the Mummy for the deck, I mean. Except for without the restriction. Then you can send a face-up card to the graveyard, special summon as many number of Magistas monsters from different names from your hand. So it allows you to special summon from the hand, and then also, if you want, you can basically sack this off and get a pen summon if you want, in theory, technically. But pretty good. Try Magistus is an insane card. Now we're a bunch of 2-Ls. Invocation, of course, can't really explain what Invocation is. It's your fusion spell. It's Invocation. I mean, why not? It's your fusion spell for the deck. Magistus. Then we have Magistus Virtua. You can target one level 4 Magistus monsters in your graveyard, special summon it, so it's your monster reborn for the deck. Then, if a Magistus monster card in your spell and trap card zone will be destroyed by your opponent's card, you can banish this card instead. So, it's protection for your equipped spells, well, let's say your equipped monsters. Then we have 3 Magistus Thurgy. I probably butchered that name, but you can target one Magistus monster you control, equip it with one Magistus monster except for level 4 from your extra deck. Then, or face up on the field. If you have at least one of each Magistus Fusion, Synchro, Exceed, or Link monster in your graveyard, you can equip it with one non-Magistus Fusion, Synchro, Exceed, Link monster from your extra deck. So you can do that as well. I mean, you will never mostly get this up. This is just a free equip from the extra deck right away. Then, for our supporting engine, of course, Magical Meltdown, Invocation. Don't need to explain what these cards do. This is part of the Invoke engine. Just gets things going. For your draw power, I decided just to throw in Spellbook of Knowledge. I mean, actually, no secrets. Just, you always have the extra spellcaster maybe on field that you either can link away or draw to. This just helps the really bricky hands. So you can always bounce around the draw power with it. It's completely up to you, but I just threw in Say Now because I was liking it. I was testing with it, and I really just liked it because it just overall synergy with the spellcaster theme of the deck. Next, we have some back row hay, 2 Cosmic, and then, of course, 1 Monster Reborn for your just more extending if we need it. But that is it for the main deck. Now we have the extra deck. Now this where it's going to get pretty interesting and pretty crazy. Now, of course, we have 2 of the Magistus Fusion. He only takes 1 Magistus monster and 1 spellcaster, so he's, for the most part, very generic and very easy to get out for the deck. And then while this card is an equip card, the equipped monster gains 1,000 attack and defense boost, so pretty good. And also, during the main phase quick effect, you can target one other face-up monster in the field, equip this card you control to it, and if this equipped card was an opponent's, if they equipped to your opponent's monster by this effect, take control of it. So it's a mind control for the deck. So it's pretty gnarly, pretty good. I mean, we're rocking 2 of those because he's like one of the best equips you can get out the deck. Now for the invokes, 1 Mechaba, is Mechaba, 1 Caligia, and 1 Radiant for Book of Moon in your opponent. I mean, if you want to run more Invoked, go for it, because we definitely have the ability to run multiple attributes of Invoked. I think these ones are just the best ones, so I just chose these ones. But yeah, you can always flip-flop what type of Invokes you really want to run, but mostly you're going to be making Mechaba anyway, because Mechaba is just your free floating negate. Say Nibiru, say 2, say Ninaru, the Magistus Glass Goddess, takes 2 level 4 spellcasters, so generic. And while this card is an equipped card, the equipped monster can make up to 2 attacks, so it can push for OTKs. Then, you can only use each of the following effects of her once per turn. You can detach 1 material from this card, and target 1 level 4 higher spellcaster monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. So it's say reincarnation, which is pretty cool. Then while this card is equipped to a monster, you can target 1 Magistus card in your spell and trap card zone, and 1 spell and trap card your opponent controls, and destroy them. So just back row hate. So just more back row, just removal. Now, of course, we have the Bahamut and Totally Awesome package. Make Bahamut, make Totally Awesome, just get another negate. I mean, Toad is just insane. That little package is just nice. We can make that. It's pretty nice. And our synchros. Only 1 Varam, the Majesty Divinity Dragon. He's not the, he's probably the worst of the extra deck, let's say Magistus monsters. While he's an equip card, you can equip a monster cannot be destroyed by your opponent's spell and trap card effect, so it's pretty good. Really nice. Then you can only use each of the following effects of him once per turn. If the Synchro Summon monster is destroyed, you can destroy all face-up cards your opponent controls. So he's a board wipe. If you do get him out and he pops, you can board wipe everything. And at the start of the damage step, if this monster card is equipped in battles to an opponent's monster, you can destroy that opponent's monsters. So it's basically just allows your opponent, allows your monster to run over anything if it's a big beater they have on board, just to get rid of it. And then for our last synchro, we are running one Warlord Savage because we can make them, like, easily. Like, it's nuts. So, just another overall negate. Then our Link monsters. One Unicorn, because Unicorn, you can spin things, it's just generically good. One Celine, because she has insane a synergy with the spellcasters. And it's pretty nice. And plus, if you have Endymion out, she gets immunity for say, from attacks. So, pretty cool there with some weird synergy with the deck because we do have an Endymion card in the deck. And then, of course, two Artemis, the Magistus Moon Maiden. She is nuts. She is literally the bread and butter of this deck. A Link 1, level 4, lower spellcaster monster, generic Link monster. Nuts for the deck and other decks as well. And as we'll see with my next deck profile, where I'll be illustrating how this deck works with Shaddolls, which is pretty nuts. But this has been my take on the pure-ish variant of Magistas. I mean, you can't really go really pure with it because it's just mostly a fun deck. I really want to push the deck to its absolute limits, and I think the Invocation engine and the Bahamut Toad engine make this deck really good for what it is. But this has been it. So let me know in the comments below what you think of it, and say leave a like, comment, and subscribe like always. Say ring the bell so next time I upload a video, so you'll know about it. And say hope you guys are just having an awesome day wherever and whenever you're watching this. And say until my next video, bye bye.